Hello, everyone. My name is Kassidy Jones. I'm the recruiter with Arkansas Tech University, and I primarily assist students in the River Valley. So some of you might have worked with me, and if not, that's okay. I am going to be presenting just some next steps for you all to be working on here in the next couple weeks. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. That way we can get this started and just be able to help you with those next steps that you might be needing to take. So the next step process. One thing that I will talk a little bit about throughout this presentation is the importance of your OneTech portal. And if you haven't already activated your OneTech portal, that is so very important because there are so many incredible resources on the website that are able to assist you. And if you aren't able to get in that, you won't be able to check that out. So whenever you get admitted, and hopefully you are, you will receive your acceptance letter. And in your acceptance letter, there will be a username and a T number, and there will also be just instructions on how to actually activate your OneTech portal. But if you aren't able to, if you're not able to find that, you can reach out to our office and we'd be happy to help. You just need to go to ams.atu.edu and click Activate Account, and it will ask for that username and T number, and then you'll be able to create your password and everything from there. The next step in the process is to register for your Tech Advice session. So your Tech Advice session is basically where you're going to be receiving your Tech class schedule for fall 2021, and that is very important just because we need to get you in those classes. We need to get the ball rolling. So whenever you get into your OneTech portal, you'll just click the registration tab on the left-hand side of the screen, and then click Tech Advice Registration in that Plan Your Registration box. I do want to point out that this is one of our student or our staff members' OneTech portal. There's going to be quite a few more options in that left-hand side of the screen, but in yours, there will be a home button, registration, academics, tuition and aid, and then student life. The rest of those you won't have on your OneTech portal. All right, this next portion is very important as well. So if you have been offered an academic scholarship, then that is amazing. Congratulations for your hard work and your discipline. But the next step is to accept that award. And if you're unsure if you have a scholarship, reach out to us and we can look that up for you. But if you know that you have an award out there and you've just been thinking to yourself, I'm kind of going between different campuses. I'm not sure if I'm going to be going to ATU or another university. I would just really encourage you, go ahead and accept that scholarship, because that's not telling us that you're coming to Arkansas Tech 100%. It's just letting us know that if you decide to attend ATU in the fall, we will save those funds for you. So just make sure that you do that. If you have your phone out, you can get your camera out and take a picture of that QR code, and then it will take you to basically what it looks like to log into your OneTech portal. But the first screen that will pop up will be that screen to activate or accept your scholarship. It won't be the home screen. So you need to get into that scholarship acceptance portal by taking a picture of this QR code. And if you have any issues with it, like I said, you can reach out to us. All right, the next step in the process. So you've been admitted. You have registered for your classes. You've accepted your scholarship. Now what's next? Applying for housing. So in this portion of the presentation, I'm just going to kind of walk you through the housing process. But definitely, if you have questions, reach out to the Res Life office as well, because they are experts in this area. But whenever you log into your OneTech portal, I did it again, very important. So you can click on the Student Life tab on the left-hand side of the screen, and in the box that says Student Housing and Dining, there's a couple different buttons you can click. The first button is How to Apply for Housing, and it will pull up a PDF that just gives you a step-by-step process of how to apply, and it's very helpful. But we also have another website, and you can find it on the Red Life page, and it's basically a step-by-step process as well of how to apply, but there's also videos attached. So if you're a visual learner like me and you're like, I want to see how to do it, then go online, and you can literally type in ATU Residence Life applying for housing, and this should be the first website that pops up. But it's very, very helpful. Do know that we have a $25 application fee that's attached to our application process. That is a non-refundable application fee. And there will also be a $100 prepayment that is required to select your housing option. So whenever you get to that process where you can actually choose your residence hall, there will be different time slots depending on when you signed your contract and everything. There will be a $100 prepayment that is due. But just know that it's not just $100 just thrown into the wind. You will receive that $100 back in your spring semester, just as a credit to your account. So it's similar to if you were to live in a rental property, it's similar to like a security deposit. And once you kind of check out the how to apply for housing PDF, or once you look over this website, you can click on the housing portal under that student housing and dining button. And that's how you actually go in and complete the application. When you get to that, there will be a couple different buttons at the top, and one of them says aid year. And whenever you click on that portion, it says you need to click 2021, 2022, and apply. That's how you'll start that application. And if you're one of the students who you're not super familiar with campus, then I would definitely encourage you, go online, check out the different options that we have. We have a ton of different options for our students. And whenever you get to this portion, this is actually a screenshot of our actual website. You can click on the green Learn More button, and it will show you the layout of the room. It'll show you the different style restrooms that are available in those residence halls. But if you're a visual learner like me, you need to click that 360 video button, because it will take you to a new screen. It'll take you to YouTube, and you can actually click on that and use your cursor to drag around, and you can actually see what the room would be like if you were standing in the actual residence hall. So it's really, really cool. We have a couple selection dates that are already open. So if you have applied for an LLC, the housing date for that was April 12th. So you should be able to go in your housing portal as long as you've done your housing contract and paid your $100 prepayment. You should be able to select a room. If you were a student who registered for their for their Take Advice session before April 12th, your time slot should be coming to you between the 19th and the 29th of this month. So be checking your email for those time slots. All right. Financial aid. So how am I going to pay for college? This is one that we always get questions about. So it's very important that you're just kind of aware of how to do all of this stuff. So whenever you log into your OneTech portal, you can click on the Tuition and Aid tab on the left-hand side of the screen, and it shows a couple different boxes. But the box that I kind of want to tell you all about right now is the My Account box, and that's going to be the bottom part of the middle section. Right now, it has a $0 balance, but once we get you processed, and once we get your scholarships processed and your FAFSA processed, then we'll be able to let you know what you either owe in tuition and aid, or what you will be receiving in a refund. So that will be where you can find that information. Also, there's other boxes. So there's the scholarship box where you can apply for different foundation scholarships, the financial aid award box. If you have already been processed, if you've already gotten your FAFSA processed, you can click on the financial aid awards button to accept those scholarships, loans, and grants. And then if you have any extra documents you have to submit, you can do that in the financial aid documents upload box at the bottom right-hand side of the screen. The one thing that I always want to encourage students, especially if you're still in your senior year, I know it's starting to wrap up quickly, but make sure that you've applied for any and all scholarships that you're eligible for. Something that I always like to tell students, make sure to apply for the Arkansas Challenge Scholarship. There are some requirements, so make sure that you go on there and make sure that you meet those requirements. But do that, and then make sure that you add ATU. Because in August, whenever the Arkansas Department of Higher Education sends out the list of eligible students, they will send us basically a big long list, and then we will tack that money and tack those funds onto your account. If you didn't add Arkansas Tech to your school list, then we won't know to put those funds onto your account. Another thing that I always like to encourage students is make sure that you're applying for outside scholarships. So whenever you see this video, make sure to talk to your counselors about if there are any private scholarships or community scholarships that you can be applying for. I know it's starting to get kind of down to the nitty gritty, and some of those scholarships are going to be awarded soon. So make sure if there are those extra scholarships to apply for, that you're doing that just as soon as possible. Another one that I like to point out is the foundation scholarship. I already kind of told you a little bit about that on the last screen, but make sure that if you're attending Arkansas Tech that you're applying for our foundation scholarships every single year. Because as a student when I was here, I didn't realize that you could apply for it your sophomore, junior, and senior year, and so I only applied for it once. Well, students are eligible for scholarship money every single year that they're here. They just have to know where to apply. So whenever you get back to your One Tech portal, super important to know how to navigate it. Click on the tuition and aid box, and then in that top right-hand corner, it says scholarship and apply for foundation scholarship. When you click that apply for foundation scholarships, it will take you to a different portal, and you'll need to log in and apply. So once you complete that application, it will pair you with up to 300 plus private Arkansas Tech scholarships based on things like your GPA or maybe what major that you're in. Some of them are specific for seniors or for juniors. That's why it's very important to apply every single year that you are a student on our campus. And your FAFSA. Your FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid. So every student needs to go ahead and complete this application. I know that there are some students who are very fortunate and might have their school paid for in whatever way. But if you are going to be receiving any type of funding from the government or from our university, whether it be an academic scholarship, athletic scholarship, music, dance, cheer, anything like that, you have to have a FAFSA on file for those scholarships to pay out. So once you complete the FAFSA, make sure you add our code 001089, and that way whenever we get a list of all of those students who have completed the FAFSA, your name will be on it as well. So you can check what you're eligible for whenever you log into your One Tech portal. But if you're one of those students, you're like, I've never done this before, I really need a little bit of assistance, I would encourage you to reach out to our financial aid office. When I was a student on our campus, I literally would take my parents' W-2s and all of their tax information, and I would walk up to their office and just be like, help me out, please. I need all the assistance that I can get, and I need to make sure that I do this correctly. And they would help walk me through the entire process. So it was really helpful. And I just want to kind of point out, if you're one of these students who completes the FAFSA and you get chosen for what's called verification, don't freak out or anything. 30% of students who complete the FAFSA actually are chosen for verification. So it's not saying that you necessarily did it incorrectly. It's just saying that we might need a little bit of additional documentation from you. And if you're one of those students who is chosen for verification, there will be a red flag on your account, and that will be in the financial aid requirements box. It's on that right-hand side of the screen, And if there's any extra documents that we need from you, you can upload those on the box right underneath that one. So, what comes next? Obviously, you're here with us virtually for our virtual timeout for tech. We're so excited about that. But we're also going to have a virtual admitted to ATU student week coming up as well. So we will be sending out information about that here in the next couple of weeks, and we're so excited for that one. We will also have Tech Connect and Tech Talks that are in continuation of our Tech Advice sessions. So make sure that you're getting connected with us. That way you're meeting students who will be here next fall, meeting current students who will be continuing their education with us at ATU, and just getting connected before you start your journey here with us. And one thing that I want to let all of you know, if you're planning to attend ATU, make sure that you're checking your ATU email, because we're going to start sending information about housing. Your faculty and staff members are going to start sending you emails as well. We're going to start sending you orientation information. So it's really, really important to get in the habit of checking your email. If not daily, every other day, just to get in that habit. Another thing that I always like to tell students is follow us on social media at go to the number 2 ATU, because we have tons of different contests and giveaways, and we don't want you to miss out. I do kind of want to point out a couple more things with our One Tech portal, just to kind of help you as a future student on our campus get the most out of your experience and get the most out of your One Tech portal as well. So if you are planning to come to ATU and you're like, I really want to get involved, but I don't know how, click on the Student Life tab on your One Tech portal, and in that Get Involved box, you can click on the link. That's that top link at the top. It's the link, and that's where all of our students put on the different organizations that you can get involved in. So if you're interested in getting involved in politics, photography, hunting, fishing, if you want to get involved with a religious organization, you can find those organizations on the link. I actually helped a student kind of navigate that during our in-person timeout for tech, and there was actually information about when they met, where they meet, the fees that are required for each semester. So it's a really, really great opportunity just to kind of see what you can get involved in on campus. If you've ever been like, I kind of want to get involved with Greek life, I want to be in a sorority, I want to be in a fraternity, you can click on that Greek life button as well and learn a little bit more about rushing and what all that entails. Once you become a student on campus as well, you're going to be living here. And there might be a time when you're like, man, I'm kind of coming down with something. I think I might be getting a cold, but I don't want to go all the way home to see my doctor. You can schedule an appointment by clicking Schedule an Appointment under the Health and Wellness box to actually schedule something to meet with a nurse or one of our medical professionals that are on campus. That's really, really helpful, especially for those students who might be a couple hours away from home. Another box that I kind of want y'all to be familiar with, especially if you want to work on campus, is the Career Service box in the middle of the page. If you're one of those students who are like, okay, I've spent way too much money at the on-campus Starbucks, I need to find a job, you can click on that the handshake tab and find on-campus job openings. But if you're like, no, I don't really want to have an on-campus job, that's not something that I'm interested in, but you want to get information about how to tweak your resume or learn how to successfully complete an interview, or I don't know what to wear to an interview, you can click on the Events tab under the Career Services box, and they will just give you all the different events that they're hosting throughout the semester and how to basically get career ready. And they're very, very helpful and very, very knowledgeable as well. The next portion is the registration. And I know that we already talked about how to register for your tech advice session, but I'm going to just kind of talk about a couple other things on this page. But if you haven't registered for tech advice, definitely do that. Click on the registration tab and then Tech Advice registration under the Plan Your Registration box. But if you've already registered for Tech Advise and you're like, okay, that's been a minute, I've slept since then, what classes am I taking? You can click on the student detail schedule under the registration box right there on the right-hand side, and it will give you a detailed schedule of what classes you're taking next semester. But I also know that going to college is a lot different than high school because whenever you get to high school, you literally show up, you walk in the building, and you might be changing classes in different buildings, but a lot of students have all their classes in the same building. So if you want a better way to stay organized, you can click the View My Week at a Glance, and it will help you stay organized. It'll let you know what classes you have each day and where those classes are located. So I would definitely encourage you to get familiar with that button, especially until you're really familiar with your class schedule and where your classes are. All right. The more important dates to kind of be checking out is our admitted to ATU week. So that is going to be starting on the 1st and ending on the 7th. So just make sure that you're getting involved. One that I want you to be very, very familiar with is our deadline for the Going to ATU contest. And I'm sure you're like, whoa, what is this contest you're speaking about? So this is our Going to ATU Scholarship Contest, and this is our second one that we've ever hosted, and it was just such a great hit last year that we wanted to bring it back. So all you have to do is create a 60-second video announcing your decision to attend Arkansas Tech in the fall. You can get super creative with it, or you can just be like, yeah, I'm coming to Tech because I love the campus, I love the students, the faculty, the staff. But all you have to do is post that 60-second video. You need to also follow us at go to the number 2 ATU on Instagram. And then whenever you post that video, make sure that you also add the hashtag going to ATU in the caption and then tag us as well. You need to do all of that by May 6th at 11:59 p.m. in order to be in the contest. So whenever we get all of those contestant videos, we're going to go over those. First place winner will get a $1,500 scholarship. The second place winner will get $1,000, and the third place winner will get $500. And we will announce the winner of our scholarship contest on May the 8th via social media. So make sure that you're following us on Instagram in order to get the updates on who wins that money. We are so excited. If you're not super creative like myself, I don't feel like I'm very creative. I'm sure I am. But if you're needing a little bit of help, kind of getting those creative juices flowing, search the videos that we had submitted last year. They are super awesome. They were really incredible. But just search hashtag going to ATU in Instagram, and you'll be able to view all of those different videos that were posted last year. So if you have any questions, or if you're like, okay, I've done all of those things, what do I need to do next? Make sure to join us for the Admitted to ATU week. We would love to have you. But if you have any other questions, make sure to reach out to us. We would love to hear from you. Our email is tech.enroll@atu.edu, and we would love to answer any questions that you have. Thank you so much, and we are looking forward to having you on campus this fall. Thanks. Have a great day.